What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Game Week FC. I'm Travis. This is my brother Parker. We're going to get straight into it, guys. We're going to give you our reaction to Game Week 2. It was a fascinating weekend. Lots of action. Lots of surprises. So let's go ahead and skip right to it. Week 2. West Ham, Chelsea. I mean,
thrashing. Absolute
thrashing. However, West Ham were up 2-1 at one point, and then they had a goal called back.
2? Oh, sorry.
And it completely changed the game. I don't know, dude. West Ham's in trouble.
Yeah, and that was part of my prediction last week. I said that I don't trust Graham Potter. Never have, never will. And I think it's just a matter of time before he gets the sack. Props to Paquetá on that goal. But outside of that, the goal you alluded to, the full Krug offside goal, that place was rocking. And it seemed like it was West Ham's day. And then I feel like that call just completely took the wind out of the sails, and Chelsea just took over.
Yeah. I felt for West Ham. I mean, Chelsea without Cole Palmer, too. You know, honestly, they look just as strong without him as they do with him. So, beware. Beware, Chelsea is legit. Don't doubt João Pedro anymore. He is a great player. Chelsea's going to be, in my opinion, they're going to be a title threat. So, moving on to Man City, Tottenham. This was the surprise of the weekend.
Yeah, and it was honestly one of my locks, betting wise. I thought for sure both teams would score. Don't remember the last time City did not score at the Etihad. But you know what? Maybe this Thomas Frank revival is for real. And maybe we need to start taking Tottenham seriously.
Hey, I've said it since the beginning of the season. I am a believer in Tottenham. I'm a believer in Thomas Frank. I before the season even started, I placed the bet on Tottenham to win the Prem. That might be a little far-fetched. However, their defense looks incredible. They haven't given up a goal yet. Their offense looks good enough. Despite not signing any, despite missing out on a bunch of guys that they were trying to get, they still look solid. They still got guys that are pumping in goals, and so, I mean, yes, I'm kind of worried about City a little bit.
Yeah, I mean this game this past weekend it looked like the City of last year with the defensive frailties. Mm-hmm. So definitely a worrying sign. I want to say Pep will figure it out, but he didn't figure it out last year. They haven't really signed anyone defensively outside of Aït-Nouri, who, let's face it, is more of a winger than a left back. So I don't know. I'm not sounding the alarm bells around City yet, but I'm looking at the trigger.
Yeah. Should be fascinating. Hey, look at Tottenham. They beat Arsenal in preseason. They took PSG to PKs. Should have won that game. They beat City. I mean, guys, watch out.
Maybe the writing's on the wall, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm just saying these London clubs could be a top 3 London clubs this year. Okay, moving on to Bournemouth versus Wolves. I mean, pretty boring game. Marcus Tavernier scored for Bournemouth. Long time coming for him. Wolves got a red card, kind of ruined the game. But I mean, I don't know. Today I saw that they had what was it? EFL Cup. What's it called?
The FA Cup? or
No,
the
not
other
the,
one, yeah, EFL Cup or the Carabao
I
Cup.
believe it's yeah, I believe it's the EFL Cup.
Yeah.
That occurred today. Bournemouth played at home against Brentford and they lost 2-0 today. Should we be worried about Bournemouth?
Well, yes, because they lost three of their four defenders this transfer window. So, I mean, that was something that we highlighted week one, that we said would be a concern for Bournemouth, and it has continued to be a concern. But, they picked up a win, albeit against the 10 men Wolves, who look like they're in a downward spiral back towards the championship, in my opinion. But on this game, uh, betting wise, again, missed the Semenyo pick. I don't remember what you took in this one.
I don't know. We can discuss that on Friday, but I did. No, I took Ev Nielsen in that game,
Hmm.
and I was like, it's his day. Nope. Even with 10 men, they didn't sub him out. He stayed in the game, still couldn't score a goal. So
Yeah,
kind of disappointing there. You got this game right on the dot, right? Or no, you predicted a tie. However,
I did tie no bet Burnley, but
yes, but your correct score from last week was, I want to say it was 1-1.
yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I just thought that Burnley home opener against pretty much another championship team. Thought why not?
yeah, I had 0-0, and it was looking really good at halftime, and Burnley just popped the bottle open and started celebrating. So
Yeah.
moving on to another surprise of the week: Brentford versus Aston Villa.
Yeah, this was actually a pretty decent game for Brentford. We Some of my buddies and I went to a little British pub locally to watch this one. It was a good game. I was somewhat impressed with Brentford's shape and their ability to hit on the counter. Villa again, like, they had tons of possession, but they did nothing with it. Um,
Yeah,
so they have to figure something out. They have to find the back of the net at some point. Um, Ollie Watkins needs service, and I think that selling Jacob Ramsey was a mistake. And I think that then potentially selling Rodgers to Spurs would be a disaster for them.
yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. I agree with Ramsey. However, this Brentford team, they look totally different. I'll tell you why. It's because they had three players play this game that didn't play week one, and that was Damsgaard, Jordan Henderson, and their new signing, um, Otara, Dango Otara. And those guys, they made Brentford look really good.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree. Damsgaard, provides a creative spark that I think they really lacked in week one. Henderson, consistent, reliable, kind of that little somewhat level head in midfield. Um, and then Dango, he provides that counterattacking threat, which we saw on full display.
yeah, if Brentford has those three guys on the field, they'll be fine this season. I'm convinced by that. They looked good enough. They looked dangerous enough on the counter against Villa for me to feel better about their chances of staying up. Um, but Villa, they look so not stagnant. I guess I don't know. There's no eagerness to attack. I don't know. They get the ball forward and then they slow down and then just start possessing it around the box pretty much. Never really playing a killer pass anywhere. There's just no, I don't know. they look very bland right now.
Yep, I agree.
So
I agree.
worried about them. They should start scoring goals, but you never know. Maybe they should make a signing or two. Okay, moving on to Arsenal Leeds. I'm surprised that Arsenal won by this much.
I am to an extent, but at the same time, not because while we expected Arsenal to have the majority of possession, really that's kind of how Leeds likes to play. They don't really like to sit in. They're a more expansive attacking type of promoted side. So I think them trying to play out of the back and play their game just played right into Arsenal's tactics, and um, it was good to see Gyökeres get off the or on the score sheet. So excited for what's to come for the Gunners.
Yeah, they just signed Eze, so
Yep.
they should be. They're going to be a title threat once again. Just don't know if they're going to be first, second, or third, or fourth. That was my prediction. Okay, moving on to Palace Forest. I mean, I think this is what we expected. We both
Dan
had
and
the.
Doy, one assist. That's two
Uh,
goal contributions in 2 weeks.
that's correct. Dan and Doy, guys. If you haven't heard of him, Parker, has been saying his name since the beginning of the season. Dan and Doy's legit, guys. However, Palace, they scored first. They still looked solid without Eze. Um, I think they probably could have won the game if they had him on the pitch. But this was about what we expected. Just a 1-1 draw. Both teams are solid, but it was tough to pick a winner in this one. Forest almost won it at the end, but
Didn't we both
couldn't.
predict draws here on this?
We did. We both predicted 1-1. So
Oh, wow.
that's probably the easiest correct score that we're gonna have this year. Okay, moving on to Everton Brighton. Jack Grealish's debut, 2 assists.
Yeah, sensational. I know this was another one that I got right. I said Everton were not going to lose the first game at the new stadium, and boy, did they look good. And that Garner goal, too, top tier.
Yeah, I predicted Brighton to win. I still think they're the better team, Brighton. They play better, but I don't know. Maybe Grealish just adds an extra element to this Brighton team. Or not Brighton, to Everton. Maybe we should be watching out because Everton looked shambolic against Leeds the weekend prior. So, I don't know, dude. Everton, they are so weird team. Such a weird team. Moving on to Fulham United. I mean, United look so close to just putting like 3 or 4 goals in the back of the net and just burying teams from the get-go, but they don't, and the game keeps going. They got kind of a lucky goal off of I believe,
It was own
is
goal.
it
Muniz, own goal.
yeah, own goal. And then Fulham just after that goal, they kind of just dominated the game and eventually found the equalizer, and honestly probably could have won the game if they kept going.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, honestly, I'm super thankful that I'm not a United fan because watching this team is stressful and it makes me mad as a neutral. Um, but I mean, you're right. They could have put the game away in the first 15 minutes. Cunha could have had a hat trick in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So definitely frustrating. Um, I think that next week they've got to get Shesko involved from the start. Let him play a full 90 minutes with Embuemo and Cunha. Cunha specifically in his correct position in their formation as the kind of left number 10.
Yeah.
I think the sooner they kind of get those three going and working together, the better.
Yeah. Sorry, Mason Mount. I think your time's up. Okay, moving on to a incredible game. Newcastle, Liverpool. I mean, not what we expected at all.
It's
I
just
mean, I am I am concerned about Liverpool. I'm going to be honest. They second game in a row, they've gone up 2-0 and then blown the lead and then saved their asses with a garbage time goal. They needed a 16-year-old to do it. I mean, guys, what are we doing against a team with 10 men? I mean, it's embarrassing. But kudos to Newcastle for grinding and showing passion and almost nicking a point from the champions.
yeah. Well, we all appreciate your Liverpool perspective there, but as a neutral, this was the game of the week. Just in to in action. You thought Newcastle was out of it, and then out of nowhere, the crowd just saves them, picks them up off their feet, and that Guimaraes goal was like it was electric. It was electric. Just the whole game changed completely once that goal went in. And you just felt that Newcastle would would somehow go on and find a way to win. All the momentum was with them, and then a brilliant couple of passes, and that dummy from Sabasly was sensational to set up Rio. And great finish from the 16-year-old kid. Just storybook stuff.
Yeah, class performance by Dominic Szoboszlai. But yeah, guys, that was a great game to watch. Liverpool stay close to the top. Newcastle still trying to find a way to get a win. All right, now let's move on to game week 3. First game on Saturday, Chelsea versus Fulham.
Yep. So another sort of London derby for the Blues, and I think that they dominate this game again. I'm going to say 3-1 Chelsea.
Okay. Um, we keep underestimating Fulham. Fulham have not lost a game in, I want to say it's like 7 or 8 games since preseason. They have not lost.
Well, then you take Fulham. We'll see what happens.
I might take Fulham. I mean, Chelsea tied their last home game. Honestly, Fulham might draw every single game of the season. I'm not even joking with you. I'm going to go. Yeah, screw it. 1-1. Another Fulham draw.
I think statistically, a draw every single week would guarantee safety. Barely, just barely.
Hey, I believe in Fulham. I never underestimate Fulham, guys. I'm pretty sure Fulham went into Chelsea and beat them last season. I'm pretty sure I remember that, so I wouldn't doubt them being able to get a result there again. But I don't know. We'll see. Moving on to Wolves hosting Everton.
This one's kind of tough to call for me. I think Everton are coming off a high emotional win. Wolves are really down in the dumps. So my logic says a boring 1-1 draw.
That's very possible. Wolves also had a EFL Cup game today. It was actually a thrilling match. They were up 1-0 against West Ham. West Ham went up 2-1. And I believe it was probably the 80th minute. And then Larson comes into the game and scores 2 and wins it for Wolves. So
If they can get him going, then they can turn their season around.
Yeah, so I don't know if I want to take momentum from the EFL Cup into the league, but yeah, I mean, probably I'm going to go 1-0 Wolves win.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go one. Yeah, Wolves. Everton just a very volatile team, so I'm going to go 1-0 Wolves. Moving on to Tottenham, Bournemouth.
This would be a great game.
Yeah, this is going to be tough to predict.
Um, but I'm going to give Tottenham the edge 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks that Bournemouth's going to get a result. I really think that.
Well,
I'm going to go 2-1 Bournemouth.
oh, not even a result. Better than a result. A
Yeah, I'm going to
win.
go 2-1
Three
Bournemouth.
points from Tottenham Hotspur
I
Stadium.
don't. I love Tottenham. I love Tottenham. This feels like a boogie match. I don't know, Bournemouth.
Everything you just said 10 minutes ago. Flush it down the toilet.
No, I still believe in them, but
Well,
this just
sounds
feels
like-
it might be a draw. It might be a draw.
what's your bet? Or your pick?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Bournemouth.
Okay.
Okay, Man United, Burnley. I'm gonna go 3-0 Man United.
Yep, I'm honestly right with you. Just to be different, I'm going to say 4-0. I think it's a thrashing. United finally figure out how to score. Uh, and yeah,
Okay.
much to say.
Sunderland, Brentford. I'm gonna go 2-1 Brentford.
Kind of like you mentioned, having those three players back in action kind of makes them a little more sturdy. And it's tough to tell if they're going to be having a counterattack in this game or if they're going to get the ball. Uh, it's an interesting tactically inclined game. So I'm just gonna say a 1-1 draw.
Sweet, nice. Okay, Leeds, Newcastle. What do you think?
Um, gosh, 2-1 leads.
Mm. Mm.
Bad to
That's
worse.
tough.
Bad to worse from Newcastle.
Newcastle are dealing with injuries and red cards after this
Yeah.
past game, so I want Newcastle to bounce back, but considering all those injuries and stuff, I'm gonna go with yeah, I'm gonna go I'm gonna say a draw. I'm gonna say 1-1. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna say 1-1. Okay, Brighton, Man City.
I
What do you
think
think?
Brighton get a result here.
Yeah.
Um, I'm tempted to say Brighton win, but I'm gonna say 2-2.
Okay. I'm gonna say Brighton wins. I'm gonna say 2-1.
Okay, both fading City. I like it.
Forest, West Ham. I'm going to go 3-2 Forest.
Not too far off. I'm gonna say 3-1 Forest.
Okay. I think West Ham's going to make it close, and then Forest is going to score one late and continue West Ham's misery.
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna say Graham Potter gets sacked yet, but um, I would say before the October international window, Graham Potter will be gone.
Yeah. Oof. I thought he was a good manager, but if he doesn't get his team on the right track soon, then he's done. Okay, moving on to the big game of the week, Liverpool Arsenal.
This one is tough to call. I don't see Liverpool getting out to like a 2-0 lead like they have in the first two matches, which concerns me defensively. Um, so I think tensions will be high. I think everyone will be too scared to make a mistake. But I'm going to go 1-0 Arsenal.
Mm.
Pick up big 3 points at Anfield.
I do agree with you. I don't think Liverpool is going to win this game. I think Arsenal will get a result. Both teams have scored in every Liverpool game so far this season. It's only been 2 games, but I will say a draw 1-1.
Don't hate it.
Yeah. Okay, last game of the weekend, Aston Villa, Crystal Palace. Do you think Villa bounces back finally?
I think that there's a sense of false hope midway through this game. I think they, in turn, get out to like a 2-0 lead, and then Palace come rolling back to tie 2-2.
Mm. Okay. I'm going to go 2-1 Crystal Palace. Similar instance. Villa goes out 1-0, and then Palace climbs back and wins the game. Yeah, I see Villa's misery continuing. I don't know when they're going to... They will figure it out, but I don't think they're going to figure it out yet. Guys, those are our correct score predictions for the weekend. Thank you for watching. We're going to post another video on Friday with our best bets for the weekend. Just posted FPL reaction and picks for game week 3. So go check that out. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Guys, we appreciate you, and we will see you very soon. Okay?